The New York Jets. That's it. The New York Jets. A team that has just been the Jets, right? A team that has been pretty much irrelevant since really 2009, 2010, when Mark Sanchez and company went to back-to-back AFC Championship rounds, sadly losing both of those games. Of course, very stacked rosters. I mean, mind you, if, in my opinion, the Rams take Sanchez, Stafford is a multiple-time Super Bowl winner well before he ever joined the Rams, and maybe even a bona fide first-ballot Hall of Famer instantaneously. Mind you, this Jets team took a rookie Mark Sanchez who threw for 2,400 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 20 picks to the championship round. This is a team that was carrying one of the best offensive lines I've ever seen assembled, a sick defense, and unfortunately, just kind of a quarterback away. Now, this team now in the future with the Jets, more than just a quarterback away, but almost some parallels, right? There's some weapons, there's some defense, but yeah, definitely a little bit more than a Stafford away, if you will. You know, the problem is this team, they've drafted some good players, but then there's no completion. There is no complementary aspect to it. You get Garrett Wilson, who's wide receiver 2. This wide receiver situation is horrible. Look at the numbers right now. It is Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and no one else. There is nothing going on in the receiving game. Maybe Smith is that guy. He has, 8 yards through 2 games, I believe. Allen Lazard, I think he was healthy in week 2, and they didn't play him. Or they did, and he just didn't get a catch. I have no idea what's going on with this team, but there is no way Justin Fields is going to save the day. He's already injured. Don't even know if he's playing week 3. Of course, Breece Hall looks a little bit better than last couple of seasons. And then, of course, the offensive line, minus the AVT injury, is actually a pretty solid unit. But then, you go to the defensive side of the ball. We talked about, kind of the quote-unquote parallels of having a decent roster and maybe you're just a quarterback away. Not quite that, but, where is Sauce Gardner's Antonio Cromartie to his Darrelle Revis? Quentin Williams, he's alone on this D-line too. Will McDonald has shown some promise, not off to a great start this year. Jermaine Johnson, again, showed a lot of promise, but the injury definitely a massive setback. Cisco looks good for them already, but this team is just missing so much still that their few superstar players get completely negated by the fact that there's just nothing else going on. If I'm a team, why would I play less than 2 players every single snap on Garrett Wilson? If I'm, an offense, why am I throwing anywhere near Sauce Gardner? Why am I running at Quentin Williams? This is a team that is seemingly easy to scheme against because you've just got a couple of really good players making them seem like they could be the next step team, but then the rest of the roster is just a little bit of a disaster. Now, I think we can turn this around. It's going to definitely take a quarterback. I kind of almost feel sorry for Justin Fields. While I still don't know about his ability to read a defense, he's also been put into some tough spots. We're probably looking at doing a Steelers rebuild next, but that's another team where I'm just like, on paper, there's something there maybe, but then when they go onto the field, it's like, where's their defense? And then you look at wide receiver, you got DK Metcalf, and that's it. Freiermuth's obviously a weapon, but, another team, where's the offensive line? It's, that's where Fields was. Before that, with the Bears, look at Caleb Williams right now. He has a 10 times better roster than Fields, and they don't look much different. So Justin Fields kind of got the short end of the stick as far as the surrounding talent throughout his career. But again, I still don't think he's an elevator. So at the end of the day, Fields is kind of around similar company, in my opinion. But that's not to say that someone doesn't emerge at wide receiver. Maybe Smith's the guy, especially in this rebuild. Mason Taylor, obviously super young. So I'm not going to count these guys out. But as of right now, obviously it does not look great. Take it, they were a, 60-yard field goal from the Steelers away from winning in week 1. And, maybe it's a different situation if Justin Fields doesn't get hurt in week 2 against the very good Bills. Can't really feel bad about losing to them even by 20. But as of right now, it's still looking a little bleak. I kind of want to take a look at the Jets' schedule real quick and see what our projections are. Again, I don't know if Fields is playing in week 3, but they have the Buccaneers. I think with or without him, they lose that game. Dolphins are in a bad spot. Very winnable game. Cowboys, I actually think they're not bad. Honestly, I think they're actually going to be a playoff team. It's hard to tell because that pass rush, that defense is a little concerning at times. Some inconsistencies on offense, but the run game's starting to pick up. But it's a winnable game. I'd still give it the Cowboys. Broncos, I give it to the Broncos. There's some questions there too. Panthers, though, they look horrible. They look, yeah, they do. They kind of don't look great. Bengals, who knows, dude? The injury to Joe Burrow. The Browns are the Browns, so I'd give the Jets that one. Patriots, I think, win that game. Ravens definitely win. Falcons most likely win. Dolphins, again, it's a division rival, so you probably split it. Jaguars, I'd give it the Jaguars. Saints, Jets over the Saints, I suppose. Again, Patriots could split it. And then Bills, I think they sweep them. So I don't even know how many games I said they'd win there, but 4-6? I'm not sure. 100% not sure. I don't know how you Jets fans deal with this, but you guys are some strong individuals, and I know you're just killing it in life, because if you can be a Jets fan, you can live as a Jets fan, you can take on anything, damn it. But anyways, let's move along here and stop thinking so sadly out here. I'm still going to keep Justin Fields as the starting quarterback just because it's not confirmed or denied, at least at the time I'm recording this, that, wow, what the hell? They won? Even in Sim, that's crazy, that he's starting or not. But also, if you guys end up enjoying this video, kind of yapped a little bit in the beginning, maybe leave a like, subscribe for new, hit the bell notification to all if you want to see more rebuilds and more videos and want to see when they're up as they come up. And of course, the biggest thing you can do for me is let me know what team you want to see next. Like I said, I think it's Steelers, but not 100%. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, as a Jets fan, if you're watching this, what are the biggest issues? Was I correct? Did I hit on everything? The Jets are killing it right now in Sim, by the way. Or am I completely wrong? You're like, hey, you're an idiot. This defense is goated. This team is goated. Oh, God, I forgot this guy's on this team, and he's got 2 more years to play. Please, please do not let me say his name. All right, $144 million. I mean, yeah, who the hell do you have to pay on this team? Breece Hall, AVT, Cisco. Those are the 3 we for sure pay. Maybe Quincy. Tony Adams a little bit younger than I thought. I thought 27, but I don't think that changes much. Simpson, I mean, I think all the guys I just listed off, besides Adams, they're yeses. They're guys we are at least going to attempt to bring back. And you already know with how much they paid him, the fact that Rodgers is gone now, that they're just like, get your bitch ass the F out. Of course, I don't expect them to pay him at all, right? John Simpson, we were offering a 2-year 30, and it just did not happen yet. A pretty damn good start. Not so great middle, and then very good end, but don't think it's going to be enough. Could very slightly sneak in, and now with a loss, we will not. Would we have with 8 and 9, though? We would not have, but 2, 9, and 8 teams, pretty damn close. Unfortunately, go 7 and 10, but with the current state of the team, the current state of the playbooks, I actually thought it would be worse. Really great start. I mean, did not think we'd beat the Buccaneers. Cowboys thought we would have lost to, and then, picking up some other wins against the division a little bit later on. But let's take a look at the stats. Justin Fields, 3,400 yards, 27 touchdowns, 9 picks. I think that's good enough to where, okay, we'll look at the draft. If we don't absolutely fall in love with the dude, we're fine with starting Fields again. I personally would like to move on because I know there's no chance to develop him. But yeah, I mean, if I was usering this team, I wouldn't hate the numbers. Breece Hall was obviously solid. We paid him long-term. Garrett Wilson was decent. I mean, I've seen these numbers time and time again in real life with the Jets, let alone in game. So I kind of know what to expect. And yeah, I expected what we got. Looking at the defense, Quentin Williams, solid. McDonald, actually, Jermaine Johnson, even not bad. Not bad. Interceptions, pretty low. Kicking, Nick Folk. I mean, even the freaking kicker is old as hell. Oh, my Lord. Looking at the MVP, Josh Allen. I'm sure that makes us feel great. Seeing a division rival win MVP. Demetrius Knight for the Bengals. Our Bengals rebuild, actually, I think the exact same thing happened, didn't it? Or was it Barrett? I think we won. It was like the top 3 defensive rookies were our guys. But yeah, as we expected, not a great start, unfortunately. But hopefully it leads to an okay draft, which, again, 7 and 10, not as good of a draft pick as it could have been, as the Ravens will win the Super Bowl over the Eagles. So bird battle, 2 really good teams, would not surprise anyone. Also would not entertain anyone, arguably. Smith, though, 80 overall, looking pretty damn good. Could be our wide receiver 2 of the future. This guy looks actually solid, so hoping that is going to be the case, because at the end of the day, wide receiver, not a position I'm looking to draft, but if we need to, we will. Fields at 78 overall. Again, if I had to start him, I would. I don't want to, though. Of course, AVT, that injury will solve itself soon. 4-year 70 on that contract is not bad. Got a dev up for Sherwood. And I think that was it. But at the end of the day, Sherwood is very not old. I don't know why I thought he was 27 already, going on 28, but he's actually 25 going on 26. And I'm pretty sure they did pay him in real life, right? Yeah, so, I mean, he's not going to develop anyways, but it's better than what I thought. I thought he was already completely irrelevant, but now, you know, maybe he's one of the starting linebackers because we're not going to be able to, you know, replace them all. Of course, Cisco got the 3-year 22.5, so got a lot of the contracts you'd expect us to hit. The only Tyrod Taylor retires. The only one we missed is Mr. John Simpson, who I wanted to keep. Realistically, the tag's probably going to be just as cheap, if not cheaper, than the actual contract we offered him. So this is going to backfire on him a little bit, I think. Yeah, literally $300K less than we offered him. So sucks to suck, I guess. Quincy Williams, I would do a 1-year 8. So let's do it. And no, he does not. What? He may be cheap enough. Oh, we already did a tag. I forgot. McDonald, I don't know, dude. 27 years old. Plenty of time in real life. In game, though, he is cooked. But anyways, a lot of money. This would be the perfect time for the Lions to sell on re-signing Aiden Hutchinson. And unfortunately for us, that is not something they do. How are they doing it, dude? If I had to do a rebuild for the Lions right now, I guarantee I somehow lose Gibbs and Hutch. I know for a fact I'm letting Laporta go whenever we rebuild that team. Not that he's not a good player. It's just O-line and tight ends. Those are the O-line, tight ends, and safeties. Those are the tight end, the positions I'm like, hey, sure, I would love to keep you around forever, but I can't, so see you later. Well, I'm pretty sure Nakobe Dean's actually played pretty well for the Eagles when he's actually healthy and out there. He's a free agent here. I'm going to take him. I'm going to at least try to take him if possible. And unfortunately, we will not. We offered him a 2-year, I don't know what the hell it was, but the Falcons, not a bad fit there either. Unfortunately, going to be a Falcon instead of a freaking Jet. Do I have Kyer Elam? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't think so. I think Thomas will be our guy. Either way, that is going to be a very lackluster free agent group, and we are going to be completely relying on the draft with no third-round pick. All right, we're in the draft with pick 13 overall. Didn't get to scout everybody. Had a couple of quarterbacks on there, mainly for throw power purposes. Like, all of these guys have rather high throw power. Might be willing to take a chance. Fulton, hey, day three, you never know. All it takes is one guy that's like 67 overall, maybe even hidden, and that's enough. 68, 69, of course, any of those. We have a 20-year-old wide receiver, Lane Garland, who is also interested in, I think, the wide receiver we got, Smith, emerging, might be enough to just stick it out with them. Of course, you guys might notice a couple of familiar names because we are on the week 2 starting point. I'm trying to only do 2 rebuilds per weekly starting point, so we're not getting that same draft too many times in a row. But, if I got to do 2 or 3 rebuilds a week, you kind of get why it kind of needs to be like, hey, he's got to do a duplicate, if you will. Edge is probably our number 1 need outside of quarterback. I just don't think the guys are going to develop long-term, so we're going to slow sim it, see where we're at. If we like someone up there, maybe we trade up. If not, we pivot. I also have really been noticing lately, I think I've watched too much Drake and Josh growing up because I love to do the repeat thing. No, we'll pivot. That's pretty bad rendition, if you will. But yeah, we actually have everyone here. I don't know what to do with this. This is too much power for one man to have. Bond, O'Neal, Cooper. I'll be real with you. None of these names sound familiar at all. So if we land a sick player, it's purely luck. If we land a bust, I'm a dumbass because I should remember the players that we've seen. O'Neal looks the best out of the 2. The question is, are you really replacing McDonald already? I guess so, right? Not often you're going to have this many edge rushers sitting there at 13 that you really like. Crap, Jenkins too. Wait, what the hell? He sucks. I think I just put all the guys on the board that were round 1 to 2 that were edge. I think one of them actually slipped in that wasn't edge. Yeah, this guy. And then, I scouted who I could, but I didn't get to Jenkins, which I guess is a good thing because he's actually not very good. I suppose Danny O'Neal's the guy. Please, for the love of the Lord. Hidden dev. 13 true, so we took him right where we're supposed to. And he is hidden. Yeah, I don't remember an O'Neal. I personally, like, I've admitted it. You know, we've had some players before that we knew were good. I'm like, oh, crap, I remember that name. Well, that kind of sucks. But no, that one, I don't remember. I simply don't. Of course, obviously, moving all the way down to 13 in the second round, we don't even have a third-round pick. So what do you want from me there? I will say, though, wide receivers have stuck around. Steinbach, very athletic. Evan Cook, very athletic. What the hell do you do with this? I mean, we just don't need wide receiver now with Smith as much. But we sure as hell need all these other positions. Safety as well is one of them. Man, but how do you pass on a wide receiver like Steinbach or Cook? You know what? We're going to pass on him. We're going to trade down, try to get a third back, and then take a safety. And there's a reason why we always trade with the Eagles. They just give us the best trades every time. What do you want me to do? Not trade with them? They're giving me good picks. I don't even care if I was the damn Giants or the Cowboys. I'd do the same. Let's take a look if any of the safeties are there. I mean, I'm used to them being here, so we'll see. Any of the wide receivers fall? No. Tight end, Connor Tracy. I will say I'm not sure how it's done, because it's definitely not 1-for-1 when it comes to the drafts repeating if you start at a certain point. But you do see a lot of repeats, right? So I'm not sure how that works, but with this move, we have three safeties that are 2-3s. Let's find the best one and start them. If I'm not mistaken, Jenkins was a safety we actually took as a backup, and he was normal. I do not remember the other two, though. Both Truman and Meadows look very similar. Truman just looks like a better overall safety because he can kind of move around a little bit. The problem is I don't know much about him. I'm going to take Bryson Meadows, I think. True talent of 63. Is that glitching? Because there's no way that just happened. There's no way we took 13 at 13 and then 63 at 63. There's just no chance. Of course, we messed up and took Meadows. Should have taken someone else. Jenkins, I know for a fact, is better than that. We're just hoping that, you know, maybe we'd have landed the hidden. And then with this pick, we're going to take Justin Lopez. I think we actually did take this guy, and I'm pretty sure he's normal, but... Oh, he's not. He's hidden. Maybe we took this guy and he was hidden? I don't remember. Lopez is not the most rare name of all time, but I feel like I've seen that name. I don't know. But, yeah, not a bad draft pick. Obviously, moving on to the next one. Gonzalez. I think that was a guy we drafted as well. I think he might have just been straight up star, but either... Oh, crap, that's a UDFA. I mean, I think he was... I think he's superstar. I don't know, but I thought that was the 1-2 day 3. I mean, we got a good player. It doesn't really matter when we take him, I suppose, but... You know, I could have had one of the QBs who hopefully is still there at 31. I don't know who the hell you take. The QB we have scouted is a day 3, so we at least know he's, you know, somewhere. Oh, he's gone. So we're down to just Atkinson, who looked all right himself. That's who we're taking. You know, we at least know he's in the high 60s, which here, this is, you know, 66, 67 maybe. Sadly, normal dev. So, I mean, because of the state of the team right now, we will have a semi-mini QB battle, but it's basically like Fields is like 80% in the lead without even taking a snap, just based on, you know, that guy being a low overall and based on Fields being okay for us. He was decent for us. We also do know for a fact that Williams is star. That's one player I know for a fact. Same with Guerrero. So I'm going to take him. And I think McGowan might also be a superstar. Which, again, feels like cheating just remembering that, but oh well. Say that and I completely miss McGowan anyways. Landon Williams, hidden dev. Got some actual DTs on this team now. And then Fitzsimmons is normal dev, but he's actually a pretty good overall. I think 73 overall, 74 overall. Normal dev, of course. But, yeah, we actually lose McGowan, who I think, like I said, was guaranteed superstar, but at the end of the day, right now, we don't need any O-linemen. We actually don't need a physical offensive lineman at all, let alone, like, multiple. And then we draft Nate Allen, or Alon, 44 true talent, which is insane. And he's hidden! Well, that definitely didn't happen. It's the first time I've drafted a freaking hidden long snapper. Well, let's go. Fall in the career of a long snapper. Let's do it. Clearly not, but cool. Cool. Let's take a look at the draft recap. 77 for the left end. Oh, damn. O'Neal's good. All right, so I'm not sure what's going to happen to Jermaine Johnson. He is better than Will, but, you know, he's also not the longest-term development guy. Start out for McNeil, or O'Neal anyways. Really good draft pick there. Do need to take a look at this safety. Just in case I, you know, do another draft with this damn draft class. I want to see if that other guy is hidden or not. Of course, DT is very low overall, 70 overall. Lopez, 77 finesse. I don't think we can start all three, so we went from having no real developmental, guy to having all of them. As far as Gonzalez goes, I suppose he does just stay at left guard. Was he one of the superstars? He wasn't. I think McGowan was, though. I'm going to take a look after this as we try to chase down that player anyways. McKisson, I mean, he's actually not bad. He is not bad at all. Could he be the next guy? Who knows? Guerrero we've already seen, but yeah, star development trait, athletic potential's there for sure, but still gonna have to give Mason Taylor, just because of how high they drafted him, another chance at it. And then Allen, look at this. It means literally nothing, but it's still cool. I'd rather have a 74 overall hidden long snapper than none, and he's a superstar. Is that just wild enough to make a title? That would be insane. I drafted a superstar dev long snapper. I don't know why anyone would care about that, but it very well could. Let's take a look at some of the players we could have had, though. I am curious about that edge rusher, too. Well, who was the other guy? Gallagher, he had a 2 to 3, so I was never taking him. Bond was definitely one of the guys. Normal dev, huge bullet dodged there. Where, we came back. That bullet came back around and caught us in the second round, unfortunately. We did get the trade down, which is great, though. But Bond is 82, and yeah, another bullet. Is that the same guy? Am I actually brain dead? Hey, Bond, let's take a look at this Bond guy, see if he was good. Oh, my. I literally just looked at the same player. I don't know who the hell was the other one, though. Cooper, I think, maybe. Jenkins was on the list, but he didn't really look that good. BJ Cooper, hey, whatever you want to do to him. I don't know Cooper that well. And then, of course, the safeties would be the next choices. Let's take a look at... We had a couple of options. I can't remember the other guy's name. It was not Chavez, I'll tell you that much. It was not Jenkins. He was the normal dev. And I don't think it was Charles. It was a strong safety, I think. No, he fell super hard, right? Oh, there he is. Truman. Pat Truman. Ah, that sucks. That is a very good safety, and I sold. So, see... Even though we get a little bit of extra knowledge of, the draft, I also had zero knowledge of them in the first round, as you could tell, by the fact that I just took a normal dev safety over Truman. But, it's not a bad draft. Got that edge rusher, which is a massive pick. Might try to trade off McDonald for anything at all, since there's no comp picks in Madden. Not that it would matter. You probably wouldn't get many, if any, from him anyways. And in a super strange trade, we trade Will McDonald, Harrison Phillips to the Jaguars for Chavez, who's on a 1-year deal, who's star dev, 68 overall, and a 4th-round pick. So I have no idea what the Jets scheme is like, but this is what the team looks like going into the next season. We'll rock that Jets scheme and playbook and all that right now, but don't know who quarterback's going to be, because we're going to give Atkinson a chance in preseason again. I feel like Justin Fields is leading off with a higher percentage right away. But if Atkinson kills it, which I think is probably pretty unlikely, he's going to get the start. Of course, looking at the receivers, we have 2 good ones, especially wide receiver 1, but 3 and beyond, yeah, we need a new guy there. Maybe Smith becomes that number 3 and we draft someone new next year. We'll see what happens. Of course, looking at the defensive side of the ball now, brand new O'Neal, brand new DTs. We're trending in the right direction, but yeah, we still need a few more drafts to get there. 82 overall, probably looking at like a 6 or 7 win season again at best. Still the training camp though, and then again, testing out in preseason who the QB is going to be. All right, let's take a look at how preseason went. We had Fields as a starter, Atkinson as a starter, and Fields as the starter again. All 3 games similar in scores, similar in losses, just slightly. Let's take a look at the numbers. First game, Fields was outplayed slightly, arguably, by Atkinson. Kind of, not really. That 1 pick isn't great, but completion percentage is on Fields' side. Of course, the yards per attempt are also on his side. Let's take a look at the game 2 against the Cowboys. We see that Fields threw 2 interceptions, Atkinson 0. And then against the Commanders, Fields and Atkinson pretty equal. I guess Atkinson's the starter. I don't know what else to say. I mean, that is clear cut. Atkinson was better, right? I don't really think there's an argument. Also do have rookie OTAs. This could go to the QB. Imagine he goes to star. This guy could be the guy. Tell me it's the QB. It of course is not. Of course it's not. It's a damn linebacker. So they found that, dude, we just traded for a UDFA, huh? Because the guy had a 1-year deal. He starred F. He was literally just found by them in free agency, I believe. That's insane. We also have an instant follow-up, by the way. So did he just go to star dev or maybe even superstar dev? That'd be actually insane. And he is not. What the hell did he get? Nothing? 2 to acceleration. So you can't go from star to superstar, only normal to star, which is why he got the excel that we've seen before, but not the dev up. All right, more re-signings. Joe Tippmann. I really don't like the way these guys are developing on the offensive line, but the contract price is right. So I don't know what to do about these guys not developing, but sure. Jermaine Johnson, he'd have to be having one of the greatest seasons I've ever seen, and he is not. So we are going back to the edge well, apparently. Chavez, 7-year deal. 7-year deal worth $21 million, and he wants more. Okay, we might have to drop the years because he does not want to be locked in that long. Fields is gone no matter what because the price is too high, and I would just rather draft someone new than to start him again, to be honest. And everyone else, yeah, probably free agents. All right, not a good season yet again. I don't think anyone's surprised by that, so it's not really a spoiler before we actually go in. Ended up halfway through the season switching to the Buccaneers offense. I see a little bit of similarities between Atkinson and Baker Mayfield. Let's see if it actually mattered, though, because we might be looking for quarterback, looking at 6 and 11. Pretty good draft pick there. But here is the numbers. Atkinson, this is not going to be good, I'll tell you this much, because he had like 18 picks by midseason. This is going to be more picks than touchdowns. No, it's going to be right in the nose. 22 for 22, 3,200 yards. I mean, barring a Rookie of the Year award win, which I don't see how he would win that, he's done for. He's done for. I know it's, you know, we've seen worse rookie years, but no, I don't know about that. Edge, horrible. We might need to tear it completely the F down. What is this? Let's go look at the awards now. Joe Burrow wins MVP. Rookie of the Year, number 10. Williams on the defense does win Rookie of the Year, though, so he'll be a superstar. But, yeah, that was a bad year. Like, a really bad year for us. So, with that being said, it is pretty undoubtable that we don't go QB. We would probably need to see a pretty bad draft class to not go QB, as we have the Titans and the Buccaneers. Hey, the Buccaneers offense we just talked about did have a better outcome switching to it. I think we were like 15 touchdowns, 18 picks, but not by much. Not by much at all. Positive 3 on the touchdown to pick ratio compared to what it was. That's not much. Titans win the Super Bowl. That's crazy. Been seeing the Titans win a lot of Super Bowls lately. So when we do that Titans rebuild and we don't win within, the first 2-3 years, just know we're washed. All right, just know it. Smith, 85 overall, which is not bad. Garrett Wilson at 89, which is also not bad, actually. And then Atkinson, 75, which, again, if you had to use him, I can live with it. Tight end, 77 overall, anyways, not 87. Yeah, I mean, not the best development so far. Defensively, Sherwin's now a superstar. Williams, of course, superstar. We already knew that. O'Neal to an 80. Probably doesn't even deserve that, to be honest. Huge dev up here, though. Bryson Meadows to star development trait. Guy that we were kind of regretting already the moment we drafted him. But no, he actually turns it around nicely and actually makes one less position that we need to replace, thankfully. Take a look now at the retirements of the Jets, if any. I say if any, but then, a bunch of mentor types come off there, which, to be fair, they're not all mentor types. I also should have done the coaching carousel. We should have got rid of our OC and our DC. Oh, is it not too late? Yeah, I'm sorry, but we suck. We are pretty garbage. The trainer even, I'm kind of half tempted, but we are getting some new guys in here. I would fire us if I could. All right, we sorted all of that. Jermaine Johnson, just not a great year. He is gone. Hopefully there's some crazy name in free agency because we have the money to do it. We have the money to do it, and we don't have to pay a QB for a while. So let us go to free agency. I mean, if there's a sick quarterback, maybe. And there is not. Wide receiver, it's an option, but it's not really an option that I feel is one we would pay a lot for. Also, we talked about, Baker Mayfield, and here's Baker Mayfield. Don't see him being a free agency player, and more importantly, he is actually really expensive for an 86 overall, so I would be chilling either way. I also think the Jets, Braylon Allen here isn't the best of overall, and Charbonnet is the kind of guy they want as their backup, so we're going to try and get Charbonnet, I think, as our backup. A 2-year, let's call it 10, should lock that in. We have some money, and let's get this team looking good. How about that? Who's the starting running back there? Chase Brown, meh. Also not interested in joining us anyways. Tight end, no. Darnell Washington's not bad, but he's not really developable. You know. Alford, sure, why not? Let's go a 2-year 10 for him. And then at this point, I would be looking for edge, which again, you're not going to see. Will McDonald's a free agent, apparently. Van Ness, I just don't see it. I really don't. What about, a 1-year Bosa? You also have Thibodeau, but that is I wouldn't say a risk, but we'll go 2-year 32. Why not? I suppose. Why not? Linebackers could use one. Not really wanting to pay a lot for someone, but Trenton Simpson, I think, is a fit. I think that's a player that I could live with. Not bad. The price is a little high, but instead of having to go in the second round for a linebacker, that would be huge. So we're going to offer him that contract. Will he join? I don't know. Ravens lose both their corners, by the way, which is pretty absurd. We need a corner, but I think Jair is pretty much done in real life. That's the way it seems, at least. And Thomas will just be the starter again over there, but yeah, we got 4 names. 3 of them, 2 of them pretty significant. Let's see if we get them. I'm guaranteeing at least 2, but let's see. 3, Thibodeau, obviously, yeah, we knew that was going to happen too, but unfortunate loss of Trenton Simpson, the one guy we didn't know about getting, and he was the one guy I kind of wanted the most out of that bunch. And unfortunately, as you can see, he is now a Raider. All right, we have picked number 9. I almost said 29. Number 9 overall, and the quarterbacks suck. Quarterbacks back-to-back years are garbage. This guy is draftable, though. So if he's sitting there just based on the season Atkinson had, I might take him. Not for sure, though, because if he's normal, Atkinson's the better pick, because I don't have to take Atkinson at pick 9. I already have him on the team. But we also do have an edge rusher. I would like Quincy, even though I don't like the 6'1", but the youth, the speed is there. The problem is the other edge rushers, either guys like Wheaton, who aren't that good at 2 to 3, or you have the other side where he's 23-year-old in Sean Callahan. Do you have a sick corner? Which corner is a need still for the team, arguably? Jacoby Matthews might be a trade-down piece if this doesn't go our way. I really don't think I'm taking the QB if he's there. I really don't. I think I'm giving Atkinson another chance just because 2 to 3, dude, that's literally potentially lower overall. Not even potentially. I think it's guaranteed to be lower overall than our guy. Like, it actually is. So if the guy's not at least hidden, it's a huge bad draft pick. And I think, honestly, with Quincy, even though I like Matthews a lot, we're going to, I don't care if it's the Dolphins, interdivisional, doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, we're going to make a trade up. We're going to get rid of that 4th round pick we got from the Jaguars, use that to move up 3 spots, which I think that's probably the fair value, especially since it's interdivisional. Got to get them off that spot, especially since, they're probably thinking, oh, damn, they just traded up for a QB, right? Also going to look at wide receiver. I really do like Pack, but I think Smith is going to be that guy for us. With this move, we are taking Mr. Quincy, even if he's normal dev. Man, I'm starting to think, though, because you have Thibodeau. Even if he's normal dev, I'm going to start him. No matter what. No matter what, just be a high overall, please. 17 true, I can live with that. Dev, I really hate that. But yeah, I can live with it. Let's go to 9. Matthew's going to be gone by like pick 17 or so. Yeah, 15th. There's no way. I would have lost him on a trade down more than likely. See if the tight ends there in the second round. There was a solid group of tight ends. 2 of them. I have 3 on the board, but 2 that I really would like. Peck is still there, by the way. Oh, my. There's no way I can move Smith to 3, dude. That's just like resetting for no reason. Bowen was that guy, though. Very athletic. A 4.46 40. Taylor just hasn't been that guy, and I just don't think he ever will be. But also at the same time, you have Peck, who is just ridiculous looking, and somehow he's still here. I think I go Bowen. I like Bowen. I need tight end more than wide receiver, which is crazy to think, but it is true. Mason Taylor's just not been that guy, and I don't think he ever will be. 41 true, I don't think that's true. I think that's just random. And yeah, Hendev, 90 speed. Should have been faster with a 4.46, but I am happy with it. Let's not go all the way to 9, because even though Cisco's that guy right now, I think we're going to need to replace him next season. Also, actually, I forgot about linebacker. We need a well, we don't need one, but we want a linebacker if we can get one, which I don't know if it's going to happen, and it won't. So we're going to be looking at safety Not sure who the best of the bunch is, but we might end up just, moving over to our pick without needing to trade up. Oh, like a Northcutt, dude. An A man coverage, C zone. Yeah, no matter what, he's going to be the best option. That is crazy. That's like cornerback status. A for the man coverage. That's wild. We trade a 7th this, a 7th next, and Winters to move like 6 or 8 spots. I don't really care too much. With that pick, we are going to be taking the free safety, of course. Landon Northcutt. I mean, the guy looks insane. If he sucks, I'd be shocked. 16 true talent. Give me the hidden. That sucks. Especially since he's going to be sitting back up. Our strong safety Meadows, he was able to develop a little bit because he was still a rookie starting. Rookies starting, they have a good chance at dev-ups, and in general, they get boosted XP. So unless you're going to start the guy we just drafted, that is going to be a little bit more of a long shot than Meadows, admittedly. Cornerback, you do have Arthur, but I don't know if I want him. Unless he's hidden, it's not a guy I'm going to use. What about Dahl? I mean, he's 6'5", but he's not tackle 6'5", right? I'm going to go Cole Arthur. 2 to 3, why not? Round 4. Got to be good value. 68 true. Give me the hidden. And we don't get it. What do I feel like this could end up turning into a 10-year rebuild? Why do I feel like I might have to redo the intro because this could be a 10-year? I don't know why. I have a feeling. I'm going to take Mark Dahl. I don't think he was going to still be here. Day 3 or 68 true? No, 30 true. Hidden dev, massive player. My Xbox, which is probably overheating because of the room's temperature itself, is cooked. I don't know if it's lagging because of that. To be fair, I'm doing this, I'm starting this rebuild before the big title update, so that could be something they're fixing. I highly doubt it, but I sure hope it is. Hope it's not just a me thing. But I've had some other games kind of freezing up on me like that, so I would not be surprised if it is just a me thing. Brady Boss, 57 true talent, also hidden. Obviously took him for the size, 6'5", 304. That is a tackle begging to play a tackle, or a guard begging to play a tackle, I suppose. Always looking for the, just a hint. Couple of A's in some rating, especially awareness, usually enough. And we have one final player. Urban was decently fast, but he's not like I gotta grab him fast, right? Like that, good speed, good elite excel, 91 speed maybe. With that though, I'm gonna go Nate Ford, final lineman. Interior is set. We got guards on top of guards here. Hidden dev again. Definitely got lucky with him though. He was the one I had a lot of questions for. He had a bunch of B's. Could have easily been one of those imposters, if you will, as I actually can't even click the draft recap. That's how laggy it is. The edge rusher, while normal dev, is also a 77 overall. So we draft really well on edge so far. Just unfortunately, didn't really have a great year with our rookie last year. And then this guy is normal dev, so we'll see what happens there. But Derek Bowen, looking like the next Vernon Davis, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at what his dev is. It is star. Damn, that's painful. That is painful. Not as painful as seeing people comment about me. Wow, Northcutt's killing it, by the way. Look at that overall. About me making a player's number, a crazy, like a legend or a really good player, for that team. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. Probably shouldn't have given him that number, huh? But yeah, I do want to see the quarterbacks. Obviously, the rest are just linemen. They're hiddens. Could it be superstar? Maybe. We've actually had a couple of superstars in the past, recently enough, actually. But yeah, let's take a look at Callahan, who's a year or two older. Hidden development trait. Insane player, by the way. What is that dev looking like, though? He is star dev. Yeah, I mean, I get our guy's a little younger, but obviously, if I could redo this, I would take Callahan. 1 year older for hidden dev, and in general just looks like a better player. He's, a bigger guy. That's tough. Also want to see Matthews, 79 overall, 95 speed, hidden development traits. So that obviously would have been a really nice player too. Thibodeau right now, back to where he started. Square one with the Giants now, but with us instead. Star dev Matthews, obviously a very good draft pick. Not even see it, but Hobson goes to the Buccaneers at 31. He is hidden development trait, but yeah, I mean, you see the ratings. This is like Atkinson. If this guy wasn't star dev plus, he would be a terrible draft pick for us, which let's find out. He is only star, which again, that's not something that's unobtainable. Here is the team for season number 3. Definitely worse off at quarterback than we would like to be normally by now, but the guy's not bad. I think we just got to pull out all the stops of the playbooks and see if that can accelerate this team into maybe the playoffs, at least into a better chance to develop. 85 overall. It's not the worst, but yeah, we got guys like Quincy that need to develop. Northcutt's going to get the start because he's only 5 overalls lower, but like 4, 5, 6 years younger. Linebacker's a problem. Like outside of arguably Chavez, you really don't have anyone long-term at the linebacker spot, but again, one of the positions that a lot of teams get away with having okay or mediocre play at, so I think we can live at that spot. Also, Fitzsimmons, is this not your corner too? I mean, Thomas is like the same overall, no? Yeah, Fitzsimmons is 22. Thomas is 24, I think. 23, so he is still young. Slow as hell, really shouldn't be on the boundary. So yeah, we're going to move up Fitzsimmons, and maybe Thomas goes to Superstar. Obviously, Thomas is, man, that is a slow player. He is not the fastest man I've ever seen. But yeah, let's do our training camp and find a good playbook and maybe make the playoffs. Who knows? All right, $131 million. Quentin Williams, 2-year deal. I think I can do that. Glad to do it. What about Fashion? How much we talking? 2-year 26. 2-year 26 isn't bad if he's actually green interest, which he's not. So young, but yet barely developing. I put our sliders on a 200% right now. Like, do I actually have to put an ability on just to get some XP? Like, that seems kind of insane. It's probably because he's given up so many damn sacks, because all the tackles give up so many sacks. It would make sense why the tackles are always so bad at developing. That actually makes a lot of sense. But yeah, oh. Hey, don't have to worry about that anymore. Contract, no. Safety, yes. A lot of money left, though, so yeah, we're going to keep pushing for Fashanu and probably for Sherwood, probably on a 2-year deal, though. I usually don't show the contracts, but 3-year for Fashanu worth 46 and 2-year for Sherwood worth 27. And a better season at the beginning, kind of, as we are likely going to be missing the playoffs yet again. 7 and 10. The craziest part about that is we had like 4 straight division matchups. It's crazy. Look at this. 5 straight division games. Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Bills, Patriots. What are we doing? That is literally never happened. I guarantee it. Never in a million years has that happened before. Atkinson, better touchdown to pick ratio, but still touchdowns are low, yards are low. Rushing touchdowns don't really make up for that loss either. Garrett Wilson was solid, could go to X Factor. Smith was okay. Alfred was okay. Bone was pretty good for a rookie. Should have went with the Chiefs scheme. I actually just thought about it. Could have got the potential Rookie of the Year win with the tight end. O'Neal was way better than last year. Quincy was okay. Picks, pretty low, but their numbers. Mevis, 4 missed field goals, and then I didn't look at the punting because who cares? We have Gillikin for 2 years. We're not getting rid of him anyways. MVP goes to Josh Allen. Anything for us at all? Rookie of the Year all the way down at number 8. Defense Rookie of the Year number 2. Yay! I love that for us. That sucks. That could have been a guaranteed dev up. Oof. Well, on to another offseason. Maybe I do turn this into a 10-year rebuild. Maybe. Packers, Chargers, Super Bowl. Who is going to win this one? My bet is on I'd say probably the Packers. Their scheme is decent. That's the scheme we ran this year, and it did not help us at all. As the Packers will win at 8-9, mind you. So if they're 8-9, maybe they aren't the best scheme. Looking at dev-ups, Atkinson does not go up in dev, but he is now an 83 overall. So deep accuracy is iffy, but he looks good. Not a bad quarterback. Likely going to be the starter long-term. And then, of course, Garrett Wilson, huge dev up there. 90 overall, 28 years old. Barely going up in overall, but goes up in dev. That's just as good. Then we look over the defensive side of the ball. Anything going on here? Quincy sadly stays normal dev. Linebackers don't change. Corners don't change. Safety, though, another dev up that we didn't expect from a rookie safety. Okay. I mean, if we're only going to get 1 or 2 dev ups, safety is one of those positions we would definitely like. Also, one of those linemen were actually Superstar. We paid Fashion at the 3 years, so that's kind of irrelevant. Who do we lose? Anyone outside of a mentor? We didn't lose a mentor either. Beautiful re-sign time, which again, we've taken care of. Membu on the 5th-year option. He's got high interest to re-sign now, so I don't want to change that by waiting a year. And yeah, take away Frank's R in his name, and hey, that's a hell of a statement. It's a hell of a demand. Come on, big name. Jahmyr Gibbs, just not really a guy we need. McKinney, Josh Jacobs, Aleem McNeil. Just not positions we need. Like, We could arguably use a tackle / guard, which Tooney can play that, but no, not really. Oh, maybe need to cut, corners at edge. I suppose a wide receiver wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But overall, yeah, free agency's got some good players in it. Just unfortunately not positions we necessarily need. Hey, we do get Zach Bond on a 1-year $16, though, upgraded linebacker for at least a season. And before we enter the draft, we're going to be trading off Andre Cisco for Derek Gates off the Raiders. That's the offer they, sent us. Of course, you can tell by the jerseys in the profile pictures now that we're a little bit like a day later finishing up this Jets rebuild, so that's cool, I suppose. I don't know what other changes they made, but that's sweet, I suppose. But yeah, pick 9 overall. Okay, well, that's fantastic. Pick 9 overall. We have scouted a couple positions a little bit further. Edge rusher Emerson is a top 5 true talent. Looks really athletic. Don't really see much more specialness with him. It's not like I need to trade up right now. That is a true talent, top 5 generational. Could be really good. Could even be technically a generational, like X Factor 80 plus overall, but not the biggest need for us. Right now, it's really linebacker. Do I trade down, grab Riviera and Ruiz? Because honestly, I could use 3 linebackers, let alone, 1 or 2. Could also take one of the corners. We already got like a lot of them, but you can never have enough, I suppose. You also have some wide receivers. I think either way, we're going to move down to 9. If one of the pass rushers are there, I have to take them by default, but I don't think they will be. Emerson 3, short at 4, so the 2 guys you're looking at are gone. Quarterback, there's some okay ones, but none of them look great, and Atkinson actually looks decent for us. Pick 9, we could go wide receiver, but our wide receiver 2 is an 88 overall, so that would be kind of stupid to bench them just for honestly no reason. If I'm going to go for a trade down now, grab a first round next year, I don't know if I want it to be the Bills. I could do that for the Vikings. They're projected high, and 34 is still, basically a first-round pick. Is that the move we want to do? It may be. I'm not sure what the Vikings are going to do to make themselves better right now, but I think that might be the play. No? I guess you could go Lions as well. This Lions pick, dude. Like, I get it. The Vikings are probably projected to do a little bit worse, but they're giving me way more right now. I got to do it. Let's see what they go with pick 9. It is a cornerback. We'll see what's at 28. Might be wide receiver, might be linebacker. There'll be someone there, right? There'll be someone there for sure. Wait, who the hell was that? Left edge? What was that? Callaway, Stevie Callaway, A finesse. I put the 2 top guys because, pick 9 overall might be what we want to do. And that was pretty much it. All the wide receivers are there, by the way. Damn, what do I do with this? You got a 4-2-4 in Johnston. The thing is, if I'm going for a new wide receiver, I want to go for someone that is a number 1 type, but I don't know if I want to replace our guy. So I want a number 1 type, but I don't know if I want to use a number 1 type. Like, I'd like to have like a 6'2 guy, play him in a slot, and then if he has a really good rookie year, they move him up to number 2. I think Peralta and Cabrera are both very good. You can't really go wrong with either one of them. I don't know who's better, though. A-spec catch. I mean, Cabrera looks a little more balanced, but the route running looks better for Peralta, which at 6'4 is kind of surprising. And then the awareness is a higher ceiling to Ohio State. I guess we're going Joaquin Peralta, 24 true talent. We took him at 28. And at normal dev, I regret the pick. We do have a linebacker. He is really undersized, but also really athletic. Diego Rivera, 39 true talent. That guy's hidden, though. That's a starter. I say that, but I don't even know where the hell I'd start him over Sherwood, I guess. Do have a late 3rd this round as well. I have no idea what we want to do because all these picks are pretty much luxury picks. Don't really need any of these guys, but a 20-year-old DT sounds good enough to me, right? That guy could literally play like almost 15 seasons if you're lucky enough. And being hidden dev, I think, probably qualifies us as lucky enough. And then the rest of these picks, we're going to just take some linemen. Ooh, not a great start with the linemen. Matthew Harris, normal dev. The other guard, though, is hidden, thankfully. Then we took another DT who also happens to be hidden. We are stacked at that position. And we finish our draft with a trade down in the 6th round to gain a 5th and 7th next year, and then a fullback in the 7th. Not our best draft we've ever had. A bunch of, hidden devs at positions we don't really need, whereas I'm not even saying we really need the wide receiver, but it would have been nice to be hidden dev and, have this guy, get great and have 3 really good wide receivers. Been having a lot of rebuilds like that where we have 3 guys that are, better than most of the league's number 1s and definitely their number 2s. Don't know if Peralta's going to be that guy without us really focusing him. So, again, maybe should have went with the other guy. We'll have to compare him. 6'4" is basically boundary. So, we might have to force it. Might have to force him at number 2 and put him out there as a starter. Rivera looks actually really good, really balanced. Of course, again, a little undersized. Do you play him at that Mike position? That seems like a little bit of a reach, but at the same time, I want to develop these guys. I want to get these guys developed sooner rather than later. So, man, it's just like take a step back. In year 4, is that really worth it? Emerson, speaking of worth it, definitely worth it. 88 finesse, has hidden dev. Could be an X factor we talked about. He could be a generational even if he doesn't look like it. And he's not technically a superstar dev. Take a look at the wide receivers, which, mind you, we maybe thought about taking in round 1 at pick 9. And instead, I can't even, what did my game crash here? Instead, they fall all the way to the 2nd round. And yeah, there's things here. I can't even control anything. Sweet. Cabrera almost fell to the 3rd round. And of course he's hidden. I don't know what it is with me and drafting wide receivers. Always take the wrong one. Of course, a different type of player, our guy, you could still argue, unless this guy's like superstar or X Factor, that, which he's not. Ours is better. He's 6'4", slightly faster. If you want a big, tall wide receiver, our guy's the guy. But yeah, Cabrera's pretty much what I wanted. Also, froze again. Or not froze, but it glitched out. Sweet. New bugs. Fantastic. All right. We are on season 4. And we have not done much. We have not had much happen, but the team looks good. Smith really should be the number 2, though. Like, as much as I want Peralta to develop, I don't want to waste a whole season doing that, Looking at the rest of the team, though, Rivera is a little different. You're dropping 7 overalls, but this is a guy that needs to be a starter down the line. So, you got to take one for the team there. And, I'm just hoping that Quincy can get a dev up here because edge is it's a position problem too. But for right now, I like the team. We'll do some training camp, get some upgrades, and just hope we can make the playoffs and maybe make a run. We got some contracts. Arian Smith, obviously one of the guys we're going to keep. Membu, I'm not sure. That's a lot of money for a lineman, and I'm still pretty conflicted on if linemen do anything in Sim. Thomas will try. Alfred, probably not. And then the rest, even Bond, probably going to go. Who do we got in the future? Edge rusher O'Neal. It's really just like how good can this team be until you need to pay quarterback. And then after that, that's when it all goes downhill. 4 years, 76, not quite enough for Smith. I could do the Membu contract, but like a 2-year. And I think he will take it. And he does take it, yeah. I mean, I'll do a 2-year, but not a 4. Thomas, on the other hand, you pretty much have to because he's not interested, so... Yeah, 5-year 50. Might have to pump him a little bit. Was it a 5-year, 4-year, whatever? Smith and Thomas will be the next 2, and then outside of that, we're going to save the money. Maybe we do like a 1 year for Bond if he's still okay. We'll see. Alrighty, to the playoffs. I mean, if we win, we're in. If we lose, we might still be in. But at least it's a better season than before. That's all I can really ask for, and we got delivered. And yeah, we did win, 11-6. Unfortunately, the Bills are just a little bit better of 11-6 than us. So we will be on the road. But hey, we're in the playoffs. That's a dub. That is a dub. That's all I can ask for is, hey, we're in the playoffs. We've got a shot. We've got a little bit of a shot. Atkinson was great. 39 touchdowns, 7 picks, about 4,000 yards. Should go to star. Brees Hall, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns. Good stuff. I also paid Charbonnet a 2-year, I don't even remember, 13, 2-year 12. Of course, Smith, 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Wilson, 8 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Peralta, 11 touchdowns, 800 yards. Bowen, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. Could be a rookie of the year for Peralta, which would be amazing. O-line, I mean, those sacks allowed is, for Madden, basically next level. Pass rush, garbage. The edge combined for less than double digits. Your DT's putting up 16.5 sacks, and you can't even get double digits as a duo? That's not even like, that's physically not even possible. It honestly genuinely isn't. Think of the worst edge duo you ever you thought of, and I guarantee they had 10 sacks combined, assuming they didn't get injured. Like, it's just not possible. It's just simply not possible. It's just the nature of the game. Somebody's going to get untouched a couple of times a game on the edge, and they're going to get a sack most of the time, right? You 17 games, you're telling me you can't get a half a sack each game? Come on. Come on now. But Peralta did not win Rookie of the Year, which is just so bad. Riviera did not win Rookie of the Year, number 2 for both spots. That is painful. It's time to take advantage of, not even advantage, let's take some revenge against those guys. Taking on the Browns here on the road for the wildcard round. If we, the Jets, lose to an 8-9 Browns team, I'm losing my mind. And we're down 17-0. Oh my. It's the Browns. Got a chance here, though, to make this a 3-point game right before half. But, like, could we not? Please. Like, can we please not? Can I not? Audible. Thank you. Peralta. And there's just a lot of traffic there. Here up to the line. I don't really care too much to lose or, like, save the clock. So let's run the ball. Come on, Brees. And Brees will easily walk in. Team turned it around a little bit. You know, once again, kind of crashing out. Team turned it around. Got a couple of touchdowns. Instead of 17-0, it'll be 17-14 at half. But, like, I'm sorry, but they're 8-9, you know? 17-0 is a bit crazy. 3rd and 21, there's no way they convert on their own. Hell, there's no way we convert for them, but we got a better chance than they do, I'll tell you that much. It's actually a perfect lineup. You know, you get the 2 crossers from the better route runners and then the 6'4 guy. That's a real... What is that throw by Atkinson? That's not a touchdown, a first down if it's on the money. Maybe I get why we're losing, because that throw was horrendous. What a freaking punt, by the way. 3rd and 14. Wow, huge conversion to Garrett Wilson. That's what we tried to do, and we missed the throw. We're moving down, and there you go. 21 unanswered. Come on, defense. There you go. Oh, 4th and 2, they go for it. 4th and 9, they punt it. Touchdown would almost win it. Good field goal. Makes it a 7-point game. 24 unanswered total now. 4th and 14, they punt it. 4th and 7, we give them the ball back. 4th and 4, or 4th and 5, they punt it. 3rd and 14, we convert. Couple more conversions later, and that will be the win. The Browns go scoreless in the second half. We go 24 unanswered. Look at their coach. He looks pissed. Oh, wow. Just yell at the game a little bit, can do a little complaining, and all will be fine. Wow, that is crazy. If Fields goes from the Browns to the Steelers to the Jets to the Browns. Did I say the Browns in the beginning? The Bears, Steelers, Jets, Browns. That would be crazy. Not that the Steelers are like a bad organization or anything, but they haven't really had the best quarterback luck since Roethlisberger has been gone. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with Rodgers, but week 2 seems a little bit more of reality for that team. So we'll see what happens, but we do win the game. We're moving on to the divisional round. We have the Colts. Actually, a team I'm kind of thinking about rebuilding maybe even next, if not the Steelers. Let's take a look at what the Colts were up to. Oh, what the hell? The Colts were the number 1 team, huh? The number 1 seed? I did not expect to see that. Number 1 seed Colts, huh? The magic is continuing, I guess. 89 overall versus 89 overall. They have Jahmyr Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor, mind you. Maybe that's how they're winning these games, just loading up hard on the ground. But I can't imagine Daniel Jones is still the QB, right? Maybe in real life, but in game, I don't think so. Going to the end of the game, let's see it. Back and forth, nothing, 3-0. I mean, these are some crazy playoff games. Like Jets, Browns, Jets, Colts. Like, these are not teams you would expect to be kind of competing, but yet here we are. And then the team awaiting is the Bills, so that's a little bit more of an expected team. This is a more complete game, though. While we still could lose this game, as they have a drive here to potentially win it, defense will, as I expected, hold on. You know, that Bills team, I worry about them. But yeah, Jets, we're moving on. We're moving on to the championship round. I don't even know what I was going to say, but I kind of got lost there. But Hall technically outplayed Gibbs slightly. Peralta, Wilson doing some things. Just hoping, if we don't win it all here, we at least got some dev ups, right? The QB for sure. Peralta, even though he didn't win Rookie of the Year, hopefully still gets a dev up. Touchdowns are high, yards are all right. Maybe the pass rusher. Either way, championship around the Bills. Who are they taking on? Or not who did they take on, I should say. I want to see. I think it was Broncos, but who do they beat to get here? Titans by 21. That's expected. Then the Broncos by 7. So okay, and then on the other side, Vikings Commanders. Well, I'm glad we didn't go for that Vikings draft pick because they ended up being very good. They tried to scam us. Either way, 3 points or overall is higher than the Bills. I don't remember if we split this series with them or not. Either way, Dalton Kincaid's an X factor, so that tells you how good their team is right now. Everyone's just doing well. And here we go. End of the game. Winner is in the Super Bowl. 7-3 is a really good start for us. This Bills team is no joke. 7-6. 7-9. They're just kicking field goals left and right. We get a safety on them. 12-9. What a crazy score. 19-9. Come on, Jets. Oh, that would have been the game if we would have got a touchdown there. This is going well, though. 6 minutes left. They're not moving the ball. It's us, actually. And our defense, finally living up to the name, has locked down the Buffalo Bills to 0 touchdowns, 26-9. Holy crap, we're playing Madden now, baby. We are playing Madden now, boys. That is surprising. I mean, Josh Allen, about 50% completion percentage. Their run game was nothing. Shakir is like the only guy that seemed to show up for that offense. And with that being said, and their very solid defense, we have stunned Buffalo. Bates even missed a field goal. 26-9 on our way to a damn Super Bowl here in year 4. Again, I don't know why year 4 is what it is. It might just be like all of the culmination of just the drafts finally getting enough, playtime to get developed up. I mean, that kind of makes sense. But it is weird that it's like almost unanimously like year 4. Like it's not usually year 3 or year 5. It's almost always year 4. Year 5, you get it too, but year 4 is like the year. Either way, though, let's take a look at our dev ups before we do anything. Atkinson, still normal. There's no way we win a Super Bowl with a normal dev quarterback, right? And then defensively, Quincy's still normal too. I don't think we got a single dev up on this entire team. That is wild. Not a single dev up, huh? And our guys are really not developing. Like the safeties, dude, they just don't go up. They really don't. Either way, though, let's see who the Jets beat to get here. The Jets, that's us. The Vikings, 6 point over the Buccaneers, which, not an easy team to beat. 14 over the Giants. Okay, I mean, they're actually pretty good in sim, but okay, I understand. The Commanders, why do I feel like these two teams have a little bit of history between each other? Like, I still remember the RG3, like, huge scramble touchdown. Was it a scramble? Actually, it was a read option, wasn't it? I don't even know, but 35-27 over the Commanders. So they are not afraid to score some points. Hopefully they are in this game, though, as we are going for the big one. 90 overall Jets versus 86 overall Vikings. Again, even as a Packers fan, not a Super Bowl I would hate to see. It is crazy, though. Like, O'Neal putting up, 3 sacks in that last game against a really hard-to-bring-down quarterback, and yet he had, that on the entire season. Right now, it's a very close game as we're sneaking out some, really good short field stops and scores 38-14. Looking like we're going to win. They go for the 2-point conversion, but that doesn't matter as our offense lights up the scoreboard. And despite Minnesota's last-ditch efforts, will lead us to a Super Bowl win, 45-37. We've been heating up in the rebuilds lately. Barely, I wouldn't say 11 wins is barely sneaking into the playoffs, but the 5th seed kind of sneaking into the playoffs, on the road the entire way, which tells you, where we are as a seeded team. And winning it all. Of course, really, really good defensive performance against the Bills a week ago. And then here against the Vikings, we couldn't seem to get a stop. Right? We were up by 2 or 3 scores most of the game. And yet, even though I was feeling confident we're going to win, it was never really out of reach for the Vikings as they put it down to 1 possession right at the end. I can't remember if they got the ball back there or if it was just us wasting the clock. But they got very close to winning this thing. But of course, thankfully, Atkinson was that guy. 5 touchdowns, 0 picks, 400 yards, 77 completion percent. Such a weird rebuild where it was it felt like it was going to be a failure because we just weren't going to have a quarterback. Atkinson was just kind of the filler. He was the bridge guy waiting until, somebody in the draft showed up, and they never really did. Like, the draft was so average throughout for a quarterback that it really felt like there was no guy that was so good you had to draft him. And, I mean, in the end, we got to win. We won the Super Bowl with that guy that we, again, didn't really even feel like he was going to be our guy or not. And yet, he was. Absolutely. Well, that was the Super Bowl, though. That was the rebuild. We've done it. Wow. Okay. I mean, we'll take it. It kind of sucks that, I cut the rebuild because I was busy 1 year before it's over. I could have just done it all in that one video recording. But let's take a look at some of the players. I do kind of want to see Fashanu because he's a guy that should develop. I get it. 75 overall superstar is not exactly the highest of highest potentials, but still, you would have thought that would have been enough. Of course, Membu, 86 overall guy we wanted to see for sure. Really solid. Run blocking, it's a little iffy, but as a tackle goes, pass blocking is the number one. I would always want pass blocking number one. Garrett Wilson didn't really develop a whole lot. It was the +2 that got him the kind of boost this latest season that he got from training camp. Most of the training camps usually don't go to those players, unless they're really old. Smith, though, really surprised by Arian Smith. 89 overall. Short route is, a little iffy, but everything else is in the 90s. Looks really good. And played a huge part in this one, obviously. And then Peralta still can develop. He's an 82 overall. Definitely a good year one. Just not quite good enough for Rookie of the Year, which is a little surprising. I actually thought it was almost guaranteed we were going to get it. Breece Hall, 93 overall. Very elusive. Truck stiff arms a little low, but, he's the speed elusive guy. That's all you really care about. I don't really care about trucking or anything like that anymore. It's always been my favorite thing to see somebody getting trucked over, but I've just come to accept it's just not the way Madden wants your guys to develop. Power back upgrades are worse off than elusive, and on the field, you get way more big plays by breaking, not breaking tackles, but like evading tacklers than you do trying to run through them or truck them, stiff arm, whatever. Slip-offs, maybe. But defensively, who do I care about here? Don't know if I guess I kind of want to look at Sherwood, dude. This is a guy that I kind of expected to be replaced very early on, and it was only replaced at his final season, which realistically, you look at the fact that we won the Super Bowl and Rivera was a lower overall. He's only just now equal him. Could have started him again, right? It's just long-term, you're kind of thinking. Meadows, though, start out right away. Same as our free safety, but free safety kind of struggling a little bit more in the development department. Sauce Gardner, not a 99 overall. Actually, pretty surprising. But 99 man, 97 zone, 99 press, might as well be, right? Might as well be. Sauce Gardner, dude, I swear in game, he always flips between 6'2", 6'3". I was just thinking, too, I was like, he's 6'3", right? And then it showed 6'3". I was like, oh, yeah, he is. Fitzsimmons, a guy we took in one of the other rebuilds, was he stuck in normal? I don't know, but he was stuck in the slot for us the entire way, and obviously worked out a little bit more as a kind of true starter. Thomas, even though he isn't, not a starter anymore, 85 overall is very good. Solid zone coverage, could be a future safety for us. That speed, though, obviously, admittedly, super, super low. Quincy doesn't seem to be a good draft pick. I know the finesse is high, the block shed's high, and he had a pretty clutch performance in that playoff game against the Bills, wasn't? But, yeah, he just really isn't working out. O'Neal, he's kind of slowed down a little bit, too. What's the sacks department here? 3.5. Yeah, I mean, look at that, dude. 3, 10.5, 3.5. How? Nothing changed on the defense, right? Go from that 10.5 season to freaking 3.5. Pretty bad. Quentin Williams, though, 92 overall. He is slowly regressing, I believe. No? I swear he was a 93 overall, and he's now a 92. Am I crazy? Is he not regressing? I swear he's regressing, dude. Here goes Williams on Landon Williams, 90 overall, 92 finesse, 91 block shed. How is Cologne so high? It must be a morale thing, right? Like 80? No. Caesar Cologne, 82 overall. Dev, what was the dev? We actually didn't look at the dev, did we? Gotta be Superstar Plus. Has to be. Yeah, Superstar Dev, because he went up pretty high for a guy that was semi-starting, right? I think he had like 300 snaps it showed. But yeah, it's actually a pretty damn good glow up for a guy that's not even playing. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. This felt like a weird rebuild. Like, it felt like not only was it not a Jets rebuild, weirdly enough to say, maybe just because we replaced so many players, but it also just didn't feel like a rebuild we succeeded in, but we did. I think it's just the lack of playoffs, right? It's like, oh, you get to the playoffs, you win a Super Bowl. Ah, like anticlimactic, but climactic at the same time. Either way, it's a successful rebuild. It's a Super Bowl win. Let me know what you guys think are going to happen to the Jets. Of course, now I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that Justin Fields is going to be out with that concussion. We started him for week 3 in this one. Obviously, it played no difference, no factor, but what do you think? Jets going to finish at least better than Rodgers' Jets, which at that argument, it would be like, ew, that's kind of sad. Maybe Rodgers should hang it up if he doesn't do well with the Steelers either. Anyways, though, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, Pkr Plays for now, Madden content. We've been playing Borderlands 4 over there, obviously. And the final thing you do is let me know what team you'd like to see rebuilt next, whether it's a realistic style, a 10-plus year rebuild, or if it's a challenge rebuild. What ideas do you guys have? Trust me, I see all the ideas. I see a bunch of ideas like UDFA rebuild and, only being able to, choose players that have a specific rating or whatever that. I see them all. I jot them down, and if we end up doing them, you'll be shouted out, no doubt. Regardless, though, appreciate y'all for watching. Don't know about tomorrow, but we should have more Panthers franchise on Monday. Of course, always check out the second channel if you wanted more. As again, we play the non-Madden, the non-sports games over there, and again, Borderlands is what we've been playing, so check that out if it interests you. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,